one of my great heroes, of course, as a lawyer, was Robert Jackson, probably the finest legal writer of any judge who ever sat on any bench, and probably one of the most experienced lawyers who ever served on the United States Supreme Court. And for him to have taken time off from his job in the Supreme Court to come to prosecute Nazi war criminals was such a contribution to history. And then I, of course, think of Senator Jackson and the Jackson-Bannock Amendment, which I was part of and did such an enormous amount of good for Soviet Jewry. And then, of course, President Jackson, who's now lost his place on the currency. I'm not sure I'm too much in favor of that. I don't like to rewrite history in that way, although I'm thrilled to see a woman on our currency as well. Both sides of my family come from areas just east of Krakow, from Rzeszów and from Przemysl. And my family roots are in Galicia, which is this part of Poland. And we were very fortunate. Most of my direct family left Poland early enough to have been saved. But of course, some of my family, a large part of it, was murdered during the Holocaust.
So the theme is this Nuremberg double entendre, Nuremberg laws, Nuremberg trial. If you had to give it in 5 minutes or less, but how do you reconcile those two as we look into the next couple of days?
Well, for me, it's easy to reconcile the two because I wrote a book a few years ago called Rights from Wrongs, and I strongly believe that our rights derive from our recognition of the wrongs that were committed. And the Nuremberg laws were the wrongs that gave rise to the rights that grew out of the Nuremberg trial. So I see them as working in tandem.
We're in Krakow, and actually the hometown of the Nazi government. Hans Frank was here.
So many people who performed horrible acts were here, but so many people who did good things were here. This is the home of Schindler's Factory. Mm-hmm. This is the home of where so many heroic Polish people helped to hide Jews at the risk of their own lives. So it's a mixed picture, it's a mixed history, and Krakow will always have a mixed legacy.